Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So an update on Bitcoin price, guys. Now we are hovering very close to $37,000. You can see the trend is moving down. This is Bitcoin on the hourly. When we zoom out, we're actually still looking okay. But guys, sentiment is shifting. And so I'm wondering, are we going to see that next leg down as I had predicted back way back in here after we did see this initial huge pump to the upside? I mean, we did see Bitcoin trend up slowly but surely from there. But, guys, the signs are pointing to a negative bearish downtrend, at least for the short term. So fear sentiment is creeping in after 2/3 of the top 100 altcoins have retraced over the past week. This coming from sentiment, okay? Particularly in the past few hours. Several have lost a large chunk of their November profits. If FUD becomes prominent, buy the dip opportunities should be worth exploring. Now, Sentiment is one of those organizations that tracks cryptocurrencies and tracks their metrics on chain. So what they are saying now is that look at all these altcoins. Over the month of November, they have seen declines other than a couple, including Dogecoin and AXS. They are the biggest gainers. But not by much. I mean, Dogecoin's only up 3%, AXS up 13% over the month of November. But guys, check this out. Everything else is pretty much in the gutter, except for a couple here that are up by a little bit. Nevertheless, sentiment is shifting, and guys, we're seeing it in the market. Greed, as you guys can see, slipping slowly but surely. 73 yesterday. Today it's at 71. We've got the market cap still holding at around 1.41 trillion. I believe yesterday was at 1.43. 24-hour volume is up. Bitcoin dominance, though, still hanging on. So it's not that altcoins are plummeting any faster than Bitcoin, but we are seeing now the entire market shift. Check out the red compared to the other day. Bitcoin down 1.74, Ethereum's down 2.86, BNB coin is down 3.31, XRP's down 4.16, and most of the other altcoins are down too. Let's bring up XRP real quickly here just to kind of get an idea of where the price is today. So we were hovering in the 60s now, guys. We're hovering very, very close to 60 cents. As you guys can see, if I zoom in here, you guys can see we did dip down. Yeah, just put that there. We did dip down. We did go as low as 59.9. Now we're back up to 60 cents. So I think we're seeing a psychological barrier there for XRP. So the sentiment tweet was suggesting that altcoins are taking a dip. If I bring up the total to market cap here on the hourly, you guys can see the altcoin market is taking a dip. But if we compare that to Bitcoin, I mean, we're not really seeing a huge difference comparatively. Bringing up the entire market compared to, so this is total versus total two. It's fairly comparable. We even just saw it here up in Bitcoin dominance too. I guess we can bring up the Bitcoin dominance chart to really kind of gauge where Bitcoin dominance is. So Bitcoin dominance not really doing anything too wacky. Pretty typical here for the King Crypto. But now the question is, guys, what is Bitcoin going to do next? This one coming from Crypto Insight UK here. If we look at liquidity pools, okay, we can see we have a lot of liquidity building using this software. The deeper the color, the red being the deepest, the more liquidations occur at that level. This means we can still see there are some people long below the price action, so BTC could come down to liquidate those long positions. When longs are liquidated, it essentially means BTC will be sold. This then could push BTC down again. This is how we see cascading sell-offs in crypto. So what he's looking at is this chart here. Short liquidations coming. He's saying the red is prominent. It is deeper liquidity versus green. So he's saying the downside, we could see that cascading downside, which is usually what we see when Bitcoin falters, then generally altcoins falter too. The opposite is true when we break out in crypto. When we push to areas of liquidity above, shorts get liquidated, essentially means Bitcoin must be bought. This then pushes Bitcoin higher into more liquidations for shorts and more BTCs get bought. So the opposite is obviously also true. But guys, now we're seeing short liquidations very, very high. So again, just another indication of where we are probably going to see this market go, at least in the short term. Now, don't get me wrong, we're still in the bull market, but for the micro shifts in price action, specifically more, I guess, for day traders and for swing traders, right? We're probably going to see this shift to the downside. I've been predicting this now pretty much since right over here. Throw this on the hourly, pretty much since right over here. I had a feeling, after we did see this pump, generally what we see is a pump, retracement. I didn't know it would go on for this long, but I did mention it to my Patreon subscribers at patreon.com/workingmoney channel. I did share with them an extra trade of a Bitcoin tied product that I had in my retirement portfolio. So, I'm trying to find opportunities here to show my Patreon subscribers anything pretty much now that I'm trading to give you guys a sense of where my mind is at when it comes to this market. So patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. I sold it up here with the intention of buying back, when this thing does retrace. So if you want to follow my trading journey this time around, guys, this crypto bull run, patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. I think there's a lot of anticipation too for this Bitcoin ETF. This one from Amele here on Twitter. Crypto now braced for a huge multi-trillion Wall Street earthquake amid Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and crypto price boom. So this one, guys, coming from Forbes. Bitcoin has rocketed higher in 2023. There's no denying that, boosting the prices of other cryptos. The Bitcoin price, though, has surged to around $38,000. But what are the big guys waiting for now? Now as the market reels from the U.S. government setting off a countdown to Binance's collapse, the former president of the New York Stock Exchange has predicted money will flood into the market when a long-awaited Bitcoin spot exchange traded fund is eventually approved. So I think this is the most important paragraph in this article here. U.S. government waiting pretty much for a Binance collapse. Let me just click on that. Where does that bring us? Another Forbes article here. Serious crypto warning issued as Binance collapse countdown suddenly begins. BNB-led Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP prices lower. So I'm not going to read this for you, but I will link it in the description. Basically, what we're seeing here is the anticipation now. Because of the Bitcoin ETF, because of where they want prices for crypto to go, eventually they have to take out their main competition, and that was Binance. And so, guys, with Binance out of the way, more money will flood into Bitcoin. That means more institutional adoption. That means this price will go higher. This metric will also go higher, and Bitcoin dominance will probably take off because there will be just more people buying the king crypto, leaving altcoins to benefit as well. But I have a feeling the initial push will be for Bitcoin at that moment in time. And so I thought I'd just show you this too from Cousin Crypto. The most entertaining outcome is likely the outcome. Let's be real. No one is actually expecting this. Would be crazy though. You never know. Check out this chart. I know I've never seen this chart here. Gold, okay? When a gold ETF was introduced back in here, I don't know, there's no timeline here, but this was 1980. Gold ETF was introduced. This is what happened to the price of gold. And so, it's funny to see the Bitcoin chart really, look very, very similar to what we've seen for gold. And we know we're kind of at the precipice of an ETF being introduced. So could we see the same thing for Bitcoin occur? Well, I think everybody's crossing their fingers at this point. Ripples.xrp posting this too. Okay, so they've got to get their biggest competitor out of the way first. And so the CFTC says access to U.S. customers is a privilege, not a right. An aggressive case against Binance that is only just getting started. So, to that point of Binance kind of standing in the way of regulators and government officials really flooding into Bitcoin, the last couple of years have been tough for the crypto industry, and it's not likely there will be any relief for the sector anytime soon. This week, Binance chief Changpeng Zhao joined his former industry rival Sam Bankman-Fried in making headlines for charges against him and his crypto exchange, which included breaching U.S. anti-money laundering laws. Okay, so, they're kind of framing this as a negative, which, it is, but Changpeng Zhao did nothing near what Sam Bankman-Fried did. To set the record straight, on Tuesday, Zhao pleaded guilty and left his role as CEO, and Binance is set to pay over $4.3 billion in fines. So, this is going to really change. Obviously, even though Binance is still an exchange, now they have appointed Richard Tang, a WEF guy, to run Binance. Of course, now, what is that going to mean for Binance? Well, whatever Changpeng Zhao did to make Binance really, really great and liquid, I'm sure now there are plans in place to really kind of tamp down Binance's activity so that, the big players can hop into crypto and control it the way they see fit. A statement was made by CFTC Commissioner Christy Goldsmith Romero, and it read, "There are no pirate ships in U.S. markets, and that access to U.S. customers is a privilege, not a right." Goldsmith added that the CFTC plans to continue its aggressive pursuit of crypto exchanges that violate trade laws. Okay, so fairly standard statement there. The commissioner noted that there will be no tolerance for using VPNs or other actions that could circumvent KYC rules, including pop-up questions that merely ask users to attest that they aren't based in the U.S. In a separate statement, CFTC Commissioner Carolyn Pham said that the CFTC's reach has no border. It should be crystal clear that the CFTC will not stop in its pursuit for non-U.S. entities. So they're taking a hard line on this. Obviously, they've got a vested interest. If they do want the money to be flowing into Bitcoin and Bitcoin ETFs to pop the price, well, they can't have bad actors, and I'm putting bad actors in quotes here, bad actors like Binance standing in their way. So what else is going on, guys? Because there has been a news update with regards to SBI Shinseng Bank. The almighty US dollar, Mr. Yoshitaka Katao, will now provide banking services via SBI Shinseng Bank to Circle in Japan, giving access to Japanese businesses with expected liquidity improvement for USDC. So this is the latest news here. SBI Group, which is a Ripple partner, has also agreed to collaborate for Web3 projects like programmable wallets, infrastructure, and smart contract management tools. So we know USDC Circle, that runs on the Stellar blockchain, but we also know that SBI Group is partnered with Ripple. So how is this going to work? I'm sure a lot of you guys have that same question. I guess first, we should kind of explore stablecoins and what Ripple is doing with stablecoins. Another one here from Sento Sumo Saba, the expansion of the Ripple payments use case, stablecoins, and Sandy Young. Okay, she speaks in this clip along with Dar Akuju, founder of MSF Africa, which is now rebranded on Afrique. So this has to do with the Ripple partnerships first and stablecoins. Listen to this.
The big third trend is the expansion of the payments use case, right? The use of blockchain crypto in the payments. Again, we've proven some of the benefits from a cross-border perspective. Again, there's some newer sort of stablecoin-based solutions coming to the market as well, which is a sign that, there is also benefits there for Ripple as well. We see a lot more opportunities to grow sort of beyond the financial institutions. Again, I said there's an earlier sort of take-up in the space, but we expect that to continue to grow and also expand more in the different use cases. Relatively early days for us. For example, Liquidity Hub, we would like to expand to clients across the UK and Europe. That is subject to receiving our crypto asset authorizations and payment licenses in those jurisdictions. So that's really exciting.
The other thing that is growing quite a lot is the use of crypto, as I'm sure you're aware, especially with stablecoins. I think 2 years ago when you and I were speaking, there was too much volatility in Bitcoins and crypto per se, and people were not adopting this because they were thinking about it as store of value. They were just looking for better ways to settle quickly outside of their borders. And I think stablecoin, by and large, have brought that. And as you know, we've done quite a lot of work since Guerra joined us a bit more than a year ago in understanding and leveraging these rails as well in complement to what we have. We've announced a partnership with Ripple, and we have a few others in the making, and we are certainly looking or working, committing quite a bit of resources around the stablecoin aspect of things.
So guys, stablecoins are kind of the nexus point here. The regulation is revolving around stablecoins. We heard Sandy Young talk about it. We also heard a Ripple partner on Afrique, Dare Akuju, he was talking about it as well. So what is the deal with this partnership? Well, Circle and SBI Holdings have now established a banking partnership that would boost the circulation of USDC in Japan. Stablecoin issuer Circle and Japan-based financial services arm SBI Holdings have entered a partnership to boost the circulation of USDC and promote Circle's Web3 services in the country. In an announcement on Monday, SBI and Circle said they have concluded a memorandum of understanding to circulate USDC in Japan and would also establish a banking relationship to promote its use. So what does this mean, guys, for Ripple partner SBI? Well, the news comes after the Japanese government revised its Payment Services Act in June to establish regulations for stablecoins. The revised laws grants legal status to collateralize stablecoins that are backed by legal tender. SBI Shinseng Bank will provide banking services to Circle, which will enable greater liquidity for Japan-based businesses and users. SBI's crypto trading platform, SBI VC Trade, will seek registration as an electronic payments instrument service to further circulate USDC stablecoins in Japan. The SBI Group is also planned to integrate Circle's programmable wallet blockchain infrastructure and smart contract management tools to further its digital asset strategy. So, guys, to me, I look at this and I think, this is all part and parcel to the bigger plan, the bigger strategy. Here's a quote: "Our partnership with SBI Holdings represents a shared vision for the future of digital currency and a significant milestone in Circle's expansion plans in Japan and the Asia Pacific." This coming from CEO of Circle and co-founder Jeremy Allaire. This isn't the first time SBI has ventured into a partnership with a digital asset firm. The Japanese firm has used XRP issuer Ripple payments to facilitate cross-border transactions since 2017. And in 2021, its remittance subsidiary SBI Remit adopted XRP as a bridge within the payment system. So more recently, the firm expanded those services to business accounts in the Philippines, Vietnam, and Indonesia. So, to answer the question, I don't think SBI is dumping XRP. I think all of this is going to become complementary. Jeremy Allaire says this, okay, USDC is coming to Japan. Circle and SBI Holdings begin their partnership combining USDC distribution, banking, and Web3 tech proliferation for the Japan market. And so you can check out the official announcement on Circle's website. I will link this in the description. Why is this such a big deal? Well, laid out the vision for Web3 in Japan. This is, kind of where this is where the entire industry is going. So, a lot of these countries are realizing, okay, if we're going to deal with a stablecoin, USDC, it's still tied to the US dollar. Maybe this might be a brand new avenue or a mechanism to trade in US dollar if we're trading with the US or, any other Western country that might still be using the US dollar. And because we are seeing, so much in terms of focus on stablecoins, as, Cindy Young was saying and Dare was saying here, I think that considering the robust requirements for regulation and all that stuff surrounding all these different cryptos, I mean, it's such a mess. But I think USDC is one of those ones that, the governments are already kind of standing behind. Tether, is a whole other story. And I have a feeling that, a lot of people in the crypto industry, I'm feeling like I'm hearing murmurings that Tether is going to be that next one to fall, because USDC is kind of like the XRP for stablecoins. It has that, strong company behind it. It has, a regulatory compliant view. And so I feel like, XRP, USDC, even though they're saying they're running on Stellar, I feel like it's all going to be complementary. So he goes on to say, to seize the opportunity, I'm incredibly excited to be working with chairman of SBI Holdings. So this is pretty much just like a pitch here. Importantly, Katao-san is not a Johnny-come-lately to crypto and blockchain tech. He understood it and invested for nearly a decade. SBI Holdings already operates digital asset trading, brokerage, and cross-border payment solutions. So saying they already operate cross-border payment solutions with crypto, obviously XRP is not going away anytime soon. Our highest priority together is to bring USDC to the Japanese market in a regulated capacity following the new JFSA stablecoin laws. So this guy specifically has to do with stablecoin laws. And the fact is, stablecoins are going to play a crucial role, whether it's a CBDC, a central bank digital currency running on the XRP ledger, or USDC running on Stellar. I think it's all going to be part of an integrated system that everybody is going to use, where the liquidity flow will be high and all boats will rise. All these fintech companies will definitely benefit from their share of the pie. That is, how I see this going. And so this is a pretty lengthy statement here. I will link this in the description of the video for you. So courtesy of Jeremy Allaire. The other thing we have to remember is think of how many times we've seen Ripple and Circle kind of side by side in, whether it is a review or whether it is on a panel or whether it is in a report, we generally tend to see this. This was from Goldman Sachs from a while ago. Circle and Ripple from this report here, accepting payments with legacy rails that settle digital currencies. And Ripple, obviously, banks join RippleNet to process cross-border payments in real time. We know what these guys do. But generally, when we see, compliance stories of crypto or banks or government talking about crypto adoption in some capacity, we generally see Circle and Ripple together. Let's also not forget, inside the World Economic Forum, Circle and Ripple reflect on Davos 2023. Yeah, Jeremy Allaire and Brad Garlinghouse are often seen sitting together. They're buddy-buddy. They're not enemies. They're not adversaries. So again, just kind of to this point that I do feel like, we are going to see, a complementary relationship here. And again, stablecoins, they're going to play an important role in this new financial system. Not to mention, guys, Ripple and Circle, also both part of the WEF. I'm sure you guys probably already guessed that. But then the one thing that really stood out here, guys, from John Deaton, Sento Sumo Saba, this reminds me of how USDC and XRP were promoted together by Coinbase. Do you guys remember this? SBI is a proponent of XRP as well. So check this out. This was from a Coinbase, I think it was from a Coinbase ad. Fast and free for all Coinbase users. You can now send money to any user with a Coinbase account around the world using XRP or USDC, promoted together here in this advertisement. So I do feel like a collaboration, whether it is direct or indirect. Even though USDC Circle Network is running on Stellar, I do think we are going to see more integration. And like they say, all boats will rise with more crypto adoption, more crypto utility when we see this really kind of get off the ground. So huge congratulations to SBI and Circle. I think this partnership is really going to make waves in Japan, but also, guys, extend to more markets beyond Japan, because let's not forget, this thing is going global, and the sheer volume, guys, of XRP demand once we do have global liquidity and a worldwide framework, I think is going to be off the charts. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.